Alex, hello.
Adam, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Frustrated with Zoom to start the day, but life is going on. I also,
Technology.
yeah, two steps forward, one step back. I don't know where I put my phone. I came up to record. I put it somewhere in my room. I don't know where it is, so that's concerning. But it's in here somewhere, you know. But
The
it's a
show
bit.
must the show must go on, I guess.
Speaking of the show, what's going on? When's the last time we recorded, Alex? Pre-Christmas?
The Wednesday before New Year's. Did we not?
Oh,
Did we not do
I don't
the
remember.
28th?
That's why I'm asking. I don't remember.
All right, I can go check real quick. I'm pretty sure that's when it was, and now it
I'll
wants me
believe
to
you.
sign in.
I
Okay,
trust
never
you.
mind.
You upload everything. I trust you. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's just wild. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's happened that it's kind of too late to talk about. There's some stuff we are going to mention anyway because I still want to rip on JT Miller because he's bad.
Man.
Man, it's just we might as well open with
Uh,
that. I know hockey night last night. We can get to that. The
uh,
the All Star
yeah.
game, all that. But like, I just want to talk about that. I love that we're getting to the point where it's almost tradition that after every Canucks game, there are clips of JT Miller and his lack of effort on this. It's not even just defensive plays anymore that he's starting. The Alex is rubbing his eyes right now. He's like every Canucks fan right now.
Yeah, it's on this edition of What's Wrong with the Canucks on the 2-on-1 podcast. Like that's again, we're back here again. We definitely talked about them on the 28th when we did our last episode last year.
Oh, okay. That's
There it
your
is.
one. That's your one.
um no man, it's what makes it a little bit worse too, and like I understand why he does it, but I just think because it's a Canadian market and because of the hoopla, like how it is in Canada, things just can't be easy. um JT Miller comes out with his quotes, right,
Oh,
and saying,
thank you.
my production's down because I'm doing the details. And it's
Wasn't
just like,
cheating the game.
are you doing the details? Like, I get it. Like, there's a little bit of me that feels bad for him, but the sports guy in me, the journalism graduate in me, does not feel bad for him, right? Because it's like, of course that's the easy question to ask. Of course you're gonna ask it, but man, he is not making it easy on himself.
It it really speaks to he's been so bad. Even the hockey night crew have called him out on the broadcast. That's difficult to do. That doesn't
Yeah,
happen very often.
no, no, it doesn't.
It's the same thing. Kelly Rudy was saying something, and the only time he criticizes someone is blaming a goalie on a 2-on-0. Never forget when he blamed Carey Price for one. God damn it. I just don't know what you can do because you can't move that contract. You can't do it. And every mistake that's happened to him, like Tyson Berry's reputation has been forever stained. I think he's only starting to get a bit of respect back probably this year from his like that's what him being a Leaf like did to his career for a bit. I don't know how exactly you look at JT Miller, and we haven't even mentioned him barking at Spencer Martin for not going
No,
off the
no, Colin Delia.
Colin Delia. Sorry, why did I say Christian? Who did I just say?
Spencer
Spencer
Martin.
Martin. Sorry, I looked at. I knew it was Delia, the third string goalie, by the way. Barking at him, JT Miller, Mister never cheats the game in his own eyes, but we all know he does. I wouldn't leave the net if I was a goaltender and it was still in my zone. Much less, I'm just ignoring that it's JT Miller. Man, Wayne Gretzky can have the puck, and I'm saying, brother, clear the blue line and I'll go.
Well, and so that happened, and it created a nightmare on Twitter because now you have the JT Miller lovers and the JT Miller haters.
Are there still
Just,
lovers?
I don't know if there's lovers per se, but we'll call them defenders for the case of this
Okay.
scenario.
Okay.
Um, but and then you have the goalie guys who are there too, who are like, listen, like this is just what he's told to do. Like, you're right. Like all the goalie guys, I think I saw the first one I saw was Mike McKenna, who was like, no, I think Colin Delia made the right decision there. Like, man, it was just so it's just infuriating. I'm sure they brushed it off. The whole thing that happened afterwards was JT Miller was saying, like, we don't even care. Like, in the room, it doesn't matter to us. And I'm sure that's true, but it's just it's not a great look.
It's that classic thing of, do you know what? Winning masks a lot of issues. If they were a winning team right now, that's maybe one thing, and it's the story as Miller's competitive nature and doopity doopity doo. But the way they are and the heat that JT Miller has gotten. I mean, if there's one fan base that's not going to be forgiving to you when you're losing, it sure is Vancouver. It's one of those. Like, I don't think we talk about Vancouver enough unless they're bad, but we talk about, like, they're another market that they praise you to hell if you're good, but the vitriol in that market, it's a different kind of one. I feel like in Toronto and Montreal, we can be a lot more lighthearted with our teams, but Canucks fans just get like angry. Angry. Now
Yeah.
I'll get angry with Mike Hoffman, I won't lie. But healthy scratch Mike Hoffman. But it's just with Vancouver, it's just Miller. I can't imagine. Well, I doubt he cares, to be honest, because he's made the bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just can't get away from it there.
The thing is like, at the same time, we can put all this on Miller, but I don't think that's necessarily the, I don't want to say fair, but let's say the right thing, because it's like, they were talking about, I think, on the Jeff Merrick show. It was either Jeff Merrick show or 32 Thoughts. I don't remember which one.
They mentioned the chicken package, right?
They mentioned that too. But they were talking about how, I don't remember which game it was, but they just all look deflated.
Yeah,
And it's like,
imagine.
I understand why you look deflated. I can understand the reason. Like, your season's not going well. You're having a repeat of what you've had the last 2 years. And so, but at the same time, it's like someone's got to do something. And it's, again, I think the talks about Bruce Boudreau have kind of simmered
Man,
off a bit in
what's
terms of,
happening there? What's
like,
happening?
in terms of him being fired. And I think, again, we talked about it in Toronto. Let's look at it in Vancouver. You're going to fire the coach for the same group of players. That's not going to solve your issue. I think that's why I'm hesitant to be like, Bruce Boudreau this, Bruce Boudreau that. I think some players have to take responsibility here, and JT Miller's not the only one.
It's hard to see where there isn't blame because management, it's weird. Patrick Alvin, it just feels like him and Kent Hughes, two recent GMs here in Canada, have only been around about a year. I think Alvin, was he hired before Kent Hughes? Not important. But those guys have only been around a year. Not to mention, Jim Rutherford always gets the headlines in Vancouver, and I think people need to mention Alvin a bit more. By the way, I've stood by that for a couple months now. If you don't think he's making major decisions and it's all not Jeremy Rutherford, Jim Rutherford, I think you're a bit crazy. But it's the money they've given out already to those top guys. Here's where it lies with JT Miller, right? Is he is a leader. He just got his new contract. He has blame. There's also a thing on management here because besides the money they gave out to new guys, Ilya Mikheyev and JT Miller, after clamoring about wanting to move money for like the past since they got there, what they've also done is, because of their clear and very, very public sort of displeasure with Bruce Boudreau being there, is you instantly take away any sort of, I guess, power he has in the room, because the players know, who cares if he doesn't like us? He's not going to be here. And I know earlier in the year, apparently there was that meeting where management said, listen, there could be wholesale changes. No one is safe here, exception, Patterson Hughes. But like, if I'm a Canucks player, I'm saying, you have been saying this about some of our players, aka Brock Besser for one. The guy they got from, I can't remember his name, little guy from Arizona they got. What's his name, Alex? Please help me.
Connor Garland.
From Connor Garland, you've been saying we're going to be gone for like a year. So you haven't done anything. So then Boudreau doesn't have any power there. Um, the roster is a problem. Goaltending hasn't been great. Poor Thatcher Demko is hurt. If your name isn't Bo Horvat, and it's not Elias Pettersson, you're not pulling your weight there. It's just a total unwinnable situation in Vancouver. And you can't clean house management because you just did that. You can't clean house in your coaching staff because you just did that. Even though I think it's pretty safe to say they will have a new head coach next year.
Next year, yeah.
So you just got to ride out this year and hope that you get Connor Bedard or one of those amazing players. So right now they're 25th, which is interesting.
Okay.
2 games in hand over the Canadians, who are 2 places behind them. I mentioned that because that's the standard bearer right now. But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think you kind of answered the question without answering the question. And the thing they need to do is, and again, this isn't easy because who the hell's making trades right now? But someone's going to be good. Like by the time we get to the trade deadline, there's a few players on that team who are no longer going to be on that team. Bo Horvat is probably going to be gone. Brock Besser is probably going to be gone. You know, if like I'm going to make this about the NHL. Sorry, but like someone has to be looking at this. Like there has to be managers who aren't saying anything and who are like, what on earth are we doing here? No one can make a trade. Like you texted me last night and I didn't watch 32 thoughts headlines or whatever we call it on the show. But like there's nothing to talk about because no one can make a move. Who has the cap space?
So you do mention Brock Besser. I will bring this up because they did mention it.
Okay.
Friedman believes they will take one more run at doing Horvat. Obviously, and he emphasizes they don't want to go over the JT Miller contract, which I feel like would just piss off Bo Horvat. But yeah, it feels like he's basically gone. I want to make a bet, Alex, that Horvat's their only move. And somehow maybe they even cock that up. There's just something where I don't believe they're going to do anything during the season. Not even just the cap thing. It's just, it feels like they're so, for all of the things they say about Jim Rutherford, and he's got this trigger finger. Like what's been his big move? Again, I understand that there is, yeah, like what's been his big trade?
He hasn't had one.
Yeah, listen, I get there are cap issues. Man, the best GMs and presidents in this league find a way. You know what I mean?
And I bring this up again. What is Francesco Aquilini doing right now?
That's a very good question. That's one that always has to be. Well, I mean, right now he's got a lawsuit, but
yeah, well, I guess that's why he's been extremely quiet.
He may have 2 suits on his kids and Rachel Dory.
Yeah. So again, what's he saying? What's he saying in the background about this team? Because remember how reluctant he was to make a move at all. Remember how his arm had to be twisted to let go of Travis Green, to then let go of Jim Benning. Mm-hmm. Like, I just wonder how much sway, like obviously he's the owner, so he has all the sway, but how much sway does he have? Like, is he, I wonder if because the thing is, this team is good enough. I think like the pieces they have in terms of at the top, in the 3 players in Hughes, Pettersson, and Demko are good enough.
Yeah.
That's something you can build around.
Yep. 100%.
So why is there no effort to figure that out? Why are you like using the same players? The only difference being Ilya Mikheyev, who's been fine this year, to do this again. Like, is anyone, like, someone's got to look at this and say, we're doing the same thing we've done the last 2 years. They're still holding on to the cup, not the conference finals run, or
the worst thing you can do.
Yeah,
the bubble, the bubble. We shall call it the Demko run. Everyone knows. We'll leave it there with the Canucks. I didn't think we would give them that much, but I mean, we always seem to do with the Canucks. Okay, Alex, quick thing here. The Winter Classic happened. Every year, I said this in one of our many group chats. We all know the Winter Classic happens at the New Year. but I always forget it's happening because the NHL don't market it. Boston won 2-1. It was really funny. I was watching it. What does Wayne Gretzky say at the second intermission? The Bruins, they always find a way to fight back. The Penguins have to have their best period in the third, despite how well they're playing. Boston, what do? They come back and they win the game, which I thought was really funny. But Wayne, there you go, buddy. Did you see the video of Boston scored right after Wayne like high fived the Bruins fan? It was like, oh, it
No,
just
really, no, I didn't.
gotta
I didn't
love
see
Wayne
that.
Gretzky. Oh, the guy was like putting his hand up, like, oh, there were the
Yeah, I saw the guy
yeah,
putting his hand up. I didn't realize they scored right after.
yeah, it was yeah, right after. But yeah, like God, come on, NHL. What do
But
we do?
I think with the Winter Classic, and I think we're gonna get to this in a bit with the All-Star game. I think it's more for the teams that they're the city that it's in than it is like for for everyone else. Like I don't necessarily, like, you tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's necessarily the best game to watch on TV. Like I think it's more so to
Slow.
be there.
It's slow
Yeah,
hockey.
yeah.
Like
Like it's you have to be there to watch it, and I think that's why they don't market it the same way they market other games. The same goes with the All-Star game, right? Like I think they market the skills competition a little bit, but I don't think. I think they're more worried about, okay, let's get fans in the building than they are let's get fans to watch this thing. Like I don't think they care about the ratings for these two events in particular.
I think that is a good point because I think if you've looked at anyone who was covering it, who was there on social media, they were very much pumping the experience.
Yeah.
I because remember we had that debate at the start of the year for the opening game between Toronto and Montreal, and I was very strong in saying that home opener was for the fans there. I was getting really, really antsy about how a lot of media were making fun of how long the ceremony was. I think that's a good point, Alex. I think it's a very good point. I still think you should be like, hey guys. But I think it's a very, very good point that it's an experience to be there. And the people who were around it, like the crowd looked happy, which
Yeah.
I mean, the Bruins were winning because great. You don't think they still haven't lost in regulation at home? How stupid is that? It's January. They're so good.
Yeah.
What was it? Pasternak 2 goals last night. Pat had 2 points. Marchand had 3 points. McAvoy had a pair of assists, I think. Linus Ullmark just again, ergo has not lost in regulation all year
I'll never
at
get over
home.
we gifted Daniel Linus
I
Allmark.
Man, it's so funny because like that's the fantasy points are unreal. I just love the Bruins. Just love the. I don't love the Bruins, but it's just funny to look at their players.
Allmark's 22-1-1.
That I man, were we disrespectful not just saying that he does deserve the best now? Because even his goal saved above average is really good.
Yeah, man. He's on a tear this year. Like
Man,
what a 180 from last year. Like I think last year was his first year at the Bruins, right? So I think it was a bit he had a bit of a slow start, but he's just picked it up.
we all thought it was going to be Jeremy Swayman's net, and he's like, yeah, no. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But yeah, winter outdoor game. It happened. It was there. Okay, Alex, let's talk about the All-Star game.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do two things here. We're gonna go through the rosters and quickly talk about them. And then you and I here, Alex, we're going to do our own personal 2-on-1 podcast fan vote.
Are
I
we gonna
didn't.
do it together?
We're gonna do it together because I'm
Okay.
assuming you have done your vote already. You showed me it.
Yeah, yeah.
I have done my vote. Oh, never mind, because I realized why I didn't do this last night because it wasn't working properly for me. Oh, I hate the NHL. Oh, their site sucks. Anyway, but we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
Okay, the way it is, it's the first 32 players have been announced. Because it's one per team. 12 players will be done via fan voting and that. There's a lot of silly details about it. I'll let people go look at it. You don't want to hear us talk about it. But by the 19th, everything will be revealed. For each division, it's going to be a voted in of 2 skaters and a goalie. So for the Central, again, it's 1 per team so far. The Coyotes have Clayton Keller, Chicago, Seth Jones. Didn't realize that. Colorado's Cale Makar. Did you see that overtime goal he had against the Oilers last night, by the way?
No, I did not.
Man, just played 32 minutes and then in OT decided I'm just going to skate up the ice at mock speed and score. Great stuff. Dallas, it's Jason Robertson. Fair enough. Minnesota, Kirill Kaprizov. Nashville is UC Soros, my man. The Blues, Vladimir Tarasenko. And the Winnipeg Jets, Josh Morrissey, who we haven't talked about a lot this year, by the way, but has been great. Um, I'm not going to talk about notable players because I want to raise some in the East, especially later. Actually, so I'll go through the Pacific,
Okay.
then we'll look at the Western snubs,
Okay.
and then we're going to go to the East because I am very annoyed about it.
And then we're gonna do our vote. Is that what the
Yes.
plan is? Okay.
Yes. I'm making this up as I go.
Okay.
Anaheim, it's Troy Terry. Troy Terry.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah. Calgary, it's Nazem Kadri. Good for him. I'm happy for him. He may. You can argue if he should be there, but last year he should have been, and he had to be voted in, or
Yeah.
was it? Yeah, he had to be voted, didn't he? It was a fan
Yeah.
vote.
I think
Um,
so. Yeah.
but yeah, but he gets in this year. Edmonton, Connor McDavid. Yeah, Connor Mc. Yeah, okay, yeah. LA, it's Kevin Fiala. Nice. 2 goals last night. I think San Jose, it's the best defenseman in the world, Erik Karlsson. Seattle, your rookie of the year, Matty Beniers. Vancouver, Elias Pettersson. And then for the Vegas Golden Knights, my guy, Logan Thompson. So here are some of the notable players that this Sportsnet article basically don't have there. Jacob Chikrin, who since being healthy has been very good this year. Patrick Kane, obviously. This one makes me mad, these two. Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen so far are not on this roster. Rantanen, who's top 10 in scoring, by the way, and Nathan McKinnon, who is
Is
Nathan,
Nathan McKinnon.
is Nathan McKinnon. Jake Ottinger, which is a tough one. Miro Heiskanen, who is also continues to be, he might be the most underrated player in the league. Roman Yossi, Jordan Kyrou, Robert Thomas, Connor Hellebuck, and Kyle Connor are some of the guys they have there. And then for the Pacific, obviously, I think the first one you and I thought of starting in Anaheim, the cover of the NHL game, the guy who was one of the stars of last year's All-Star game, who was invited, man, and they don't even have him here. Trevor Zegras is not going. Leon Draisaitl, which is kind of silly. Nugent Hopkins, which was like, why is he here? But he's top 10 in scoring. I saw the other day. I was like, oh, okay, good. Anze Kopitar, Timo Meyer, Bo Horvat, which I thought of right away. He should be there because I think he's top 5 in goals. Quentin Hughes and Jack Eichel. Now, I had some other guys I was looking at. No, I mentioned Ottinger, McKinnon, Hellebuck. Okay, the rest of the guys I named were in the East that I'm thinking of. Thoughts on the West so far?
I mean, there's obviously the obvious guys who should be there but aren't. Let's hope they get voted in. Like again, it's always going to be nuts that Leon Draisaitl is never going to be one of the first people voted in unless Connor McDavid's injured.
Mm-hmm.
Same with like you look at Colorado, like I mean, yeah, you kind of have to pick Cale Makar as their representative, and then you're still leaving out Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen, and especially like, you know, I was not. I'm not going to say I was surprised they picked Cale Makar because obviously I'm not surprised, but
Yeah, McCall.
it's Cale Makar. But like, I think if you look at what they've gone through this year and who's been not the one who had like, it's unfair to Makar and to. It's unfair to Makar and McKinnon, but Rantanen's been the most healthy this year. And while the team had literally no one on it, Mikko Rantanen was still ripping it up.
Yeah.
But again, like, I guess it's just the way the format is, man. Like, I don't know.
It's just like, no offense. Here's what I don't get. Remember how they used to have a thing of they would have like a rookie group of players, like Subban was one. Why do you not have a rookie team of like Beniers, Logan Thompson? I voted in Arbor Jack on my own ballot. Not gonna lie to you, Alex. But like have him as a young guy.
Yeah.
Like instead of taking a spot away from other guys. Like no offense, like Seattle have been good this year. You showed me your personal ballot, and for one of your vote-ins, your Pacific goalie, you had to do Martin Jones.
Yes, because there's no other goalie in the Pacific I would take.
So the way this voting goes, you might have to forego one of Leon Draisaitl, any of the Avs,
Yeah.
Jack Eichel, any of those guys,
Hmm.
because you have to put in a goalie with Martin Jones.
Well, I mean, they need a second goalie,
I mean, that's how stupid this is. Like,
I
I just
guess, but
need to put
they
that
need
into
a goalie.
perspective.
But they need a goalie.
See, and this is the problem with doing the goddamn divisional thing. Here's what's stupid, too. We're going to mandate goalies, and if we look at the East, this bothered me a lot. Not a single defenseman was named to the All-Star game for the East. Let's go through this, right? The Boston Bruins, Linus Ullmark, it is very tough to not put him there. Again, that record. Buffalo is Tage Thompson. Yeah.
Hmm.
Detroit is Dylan Larkin.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's still kind of like, yeah.
Well, who are you gonna give it to? Like Cider?
Ben Sherratt. He's worth an unprotected first round pick that could be top 10 Alex. The Panthers is Matthew Tkachuk, who on the
Fair.
south, Alexander Baumgartner hasn't been talked enough by how well he's been this year. Really has been really, really good. Montreal's Nick Suzuki. I am stunned it's not Cole Caulfield, to be honest with you. Like, I am. The Sens, it's Brady Tkachuk. For Tampa Bay, it's Nikita Kucherov and the Toronto Maple Leafs. It is Mitchell Marner. Mitchell
Yeah,
Marner.
there's no real surprises there.
I mean, if we're, again,
Except that, okay, yes, except Montreal, but
yeah, but you know, it's like I think that's fair. That's
you
fair
could make,
enough if you had to do
yes.
one team.
You could also, but you could definitely make the argument for Nick Suzuki.
You could,
Yeah,
but I
depending on who you ask on Canadian Twitter, you can make the argument for.
yeah.
Nick
And then
Suzuki.
when we go to the Metro, this one makes me mad.
Okay,
For the Hurricanes, it's Andrei Svechnikov. I think that's fair.
fair.
Fair. Okay. For Columbus, it's Johnny Gaudreau. I don't know who the hell you're going to throw there because I think
Patrick
he's
Laine?
always been. Yeah, but he's always been.
Okay, fair.
For the Devils, it's Jack Hughes. Yeah, fair enough. Thanks, Will, for him in fantasy. This one, for the Islanders, it's Brock Nelson, who is second on that team in scoring. I get that. However, I want you to keep that name in mind when I go to some of the snubs later.
Well, I think I know who you're gonna say.
Oh, Alex, I have a long list of names. For the Rangers, it's Igor.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, fair enough.
For the Flyers, it's Kevin Hayes, which who else can you send from there? For the Penguins, it's Sidney Crosby. And for the Capitals, it's Alexander Ovechkin. By the way, Backstrom's back. That's amazing. I didn't think he'd play this year. Good for him. Okay. So here are the
Well, let's be free. Let's be real here. Let's open up 2 more spots in this division because
they're not going.
Crosby and Ovechkin aren't going.
No, they're not. I love it. I love it. So who's going to go for Pittsburgh? Danny Malkin. And
who
then
probably isn't going to go.
And Brian Rust.
I was going to say John Marino, but he's not there.
We also forgot Chris Letang.
He probably won't go. You probably won't go either.
And Ovechkin, I don't know, who do you give it to? Anyway, that's not important.
Tom Wilson.
Yeah, why not? That'd be funny. Did he
or Kuznetsov? Kuznetsov.
That's true. Okay, so here are the. I'm going to do the notable players last. Again, there's no D named to the Eastern Conference. AKA, shout out to what was it 4 points last night for Rasmus Dahlin, who's not going. Adam Fox, Dougie Hamilton, who was a tier below those guys, but Dougie Hamilton. Alex, you told me he's having a down year, but Victor goddamn Hedman, Charlie McAvoy, Hampus Lindholm, and Jacob Slavin. None of them are going. What in the world? And then here are the other notables that Sportsnet have, but I don't think are as bad. Pasternak, which is still the Bruins are top. They're the same situation as Colorado, but Pasternak, Barkov, which is always so tough for Barkov. They put Cole Caulfield. Claude Giroux is a tough one. Stamkos, Vasilevsky, Matthews, and Nylander because he has been very, very good. And then they have, again, they name Adam Fox, Panarin, Zibanejad, Konechny, Malkin, Ilya Sorokin.
Yeah.
Sorokin. We're going to have to vote in Martin Jones over Ilya Sorokin and Andrei Vasilevsky.
So,
gentlemen.
I think you missed one name unless you read it over and I didn't miss it. And you talked about the New York Islanders. And obviously you brought up Ilya Sorokin. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who's their leading scorer?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Barzell. He
Remember
is,
how he didn't start the year with a goal
and he's still a point per game.
and he now has 11 goals? He's 4 behind Brock Nelson.
I hate this league. How do you plus like it's Matt Barzell? That is a star. That is
Yeah.
a he's got just
They should listen. I don't, and I mean, I already know why they scrapped it, but they should have gone back to the draft, send a whole bunch of players. Like, I understand the reasoning for, okay, you have 15 players, like, just as a, I'm throwing a number out there, 15 players from the East, 15 players from the West, whatever. Fine. I understand. Just just let them do the draft, man. Like, it was just fun. Who cares? Like, I just don't understand the lack of fun. Well, I understand it because I know who runs the league, but I just don't get. I don't get it, man. The division thing is dumb. Sorry, it's dumb. It's not. I don't. I want to watch an all-star game. I'd rather watch a full game than whatever the hell the 3 games that they play. Like, I don't. I get 3-on-3 hockey is fun and cool and whatever. Like, faster pace, it's interesting, but just do what you were doing before. It's just getting silly to me.
I just don't want to see a world where Brock Nelson and Dylan Larkin are going to go to an All-Star game over Nathan McKinnon and Leon Draisaitl.
But I think that's always I think that's always gonna be the case though.
Which is
I think you have to, like, it might be an unpopular take because at the end of the day, the All-Star game isn't about sending every single All-Star there. I understand why they want to send a player from each team. At the end of the day, this game is not for the two of us. This game is for the 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year olds who go in that city to go watch the players on the ice. And if someone's traveling there, that's the thing. Like, this game, we're thinking of it as an all-star game. Like, it's not the NBA. Like, these guys don't have the same popularity and pull wise that NBA guys have, where it's like, yeah, but I can go watch this. Like, oh no, a player from throw a bottom 5 team from the NBA and isn't there, but I get to go watch this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. Like, it's different. To me, it's different when it comes to hockey, but that's just me.
I hate the All-Star game. I hate it. And on hockey night, we're gonna go on about how they may be throwing raw patties at alligators or something. Guys, I'm not. That's not me throwing. That's what they're talking. I don't care. It's just it's that, and advertisers. That's all. It's just a shame to me. It's just a shame. It should mean something when we go to someone's career at the end of it and be like they were an all-star this many times, but we're at a position where people are passing on it.
But does it mean that in any sport? Like,
it should.
But they have it at the end of the year. Like, that's the thing. They at the end of the year they have in the NBA they have the all NBA team. That means something.
That does, yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think to me, I don't think when we're looking at any player's career, the all-star is them being an all-star isn't representative of what their career was. If they made what does the NHL have? What are they called? They have
I
it
think
at the
it's
end
just
of the
the
year.
all team.
The all NHL
First
team or
team
whatever it
and
was.
second
Yeah. Like, that
Yeah.
that should mean something.
Yeah, remember when they used to get paid for it and it was like, no, we can't give that bonus anymore. It's stupid. Okay. We can try and keep it shorter today. I touched on a quick thing. Chikrin's good again. No one will give him credit though. Adam will.
It was so funny how he's still not going to be moved for the 3 picks or 3.
The Devin Gucci deal. God damn it. Shane Wright got sent to the OHL. Finally, yeah, good. Thanks. Okay, good guys. Yep.
And
Kind of weird that he was at the Leafs game and not the Sens Kraken. I get he got sent down, but like, what? Why is he in Toronto? Go. Why do you not keep him with your team for the road trip before he gets traded? Why? Because he's going to get. Oh yeah. But then they have said apparently reports indicate that he will be traded.
Yeah.
Obviously, and
London,
apparently
of
the front runners
course.
for the London night. Yeah,
Sarnia.
of course. Thanks. Great,
Um,
great.
I don't even remember the rest of the teams.
But
Whatever
yeah,
Jeff Merrick said.
yeah, he'll be there. He'll be there. But yeah, great. It took you all year to do it. Fantastic. Thank you.
And you know
Um,
what the best part is?
what?
He only played 8 games.
Ha! Oh, they suck. Slafkovsky's officially
No,
going to
but
be here
the
closer to UFA because he played 40 last night.
well, I mean, his now Wright's contract slides a year.
Yeah, I know
Oh
it's
yeah,
funny, isn't
that's
it?
awesome. Good for
God,
them.
I hate sports sometimes. I hate it, and I know other sports have that. Didn't the Jays do that with Vladdy? They slid his contract a year, and it was a whole.
Yeah,
I hate
1 year for free agency. I think it was.
that's dumb. That's dumb. Okay, Habs and Leafs. While we've been gone, the Habs have had their worst stretch of the year. So of course, right before we record, they have a very gritty, a very big character win against the St. Louis Blues, where Jonathan Drouin appeared to have gotten his first goal in 372 days, only for the league to call it back and give it to Josh Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for doing that. Even Alan Walsh was tweeting. There were no exclamation points, and I kind of like felt like even Alan's kind of like, "Oh, Jonathan, we got to get going here, poor guy."
Is he a
So
Alan Walsh client?
he is, yeah.
Oh,
But do you know why you don't know that? Because he hasn't scored, so he hasn't had anything to tweet about.
oh, yeah, that's fair.
No, he has a
But
noted
let me tell you about Martin Firk.
for his slap shot in the AHL. Another thing, if you're doing hardest shot, go get Martin Firk. Anyway, I wish Chara would just not be awful and just do it once. I get he doesn't want to, but just do it. Go get Shea Weber's. You can't really do that. Vegas' problem now. I don't care. But you'll figure that out. But yeah, Armia with 2 goals, which is really funny. Caulfield scored, which is nice. But it was concerning because Slafkovsky got sat in the third. He was in third line sort of chances where the conversation has been asked, and I think I'm on the side of this, where he should have gone to the World Juniors because
Oh, you
I would
changed your
say
mind.
because my thing was if he was getting proper power play time and he was getting proper top six ice time, which he hasn't been getting lately, it would be okay. But the fact that he didn't, he should have gone. Especially, I remember when Curtis was like, they would have, he said if Slafkovsky was there, the Slovaks probably medal. They would have won gold with him. A real shot. Remember, they took Canada to the overtime. The Slovaks did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, maybe it's a bit extreme to say that because Connor Bedard is
Connor Bernard.
what is just a the I can't put into words how good he is, but like there is a real chance Curtis was spot on. They could have medaled and would have had a real shot at bronze if he was there.
Yeah.
And with Mayshar and Nemitz and like the whole Slovakian revolution in hockey could have just been. I'm just upset about it. I'll say it now. Halfway through the year, I'm disappointed with how they've handled them this year, especially the second quarter of the season. I'm very disappointed in it.
Yeah, and I think like if we're looking at the World Juniors thing, and I know we talked about him playing World Championships, Olympics. Like I think if he went, would he have been captain?
100%.
Okay, that's good. That's good enough for me to send him. Like I think there's the stories. I don't remember who it was. They were talking about on 32 Thoughts about sending a guy to the World Juniors who had played in the NHL before. It might have been Brant Clark. I think they were talking about Brant Clark and having a conversation with him about like, listen, like they're going to ask, like all these kids are going to ask you about playing in the NHL and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, obviously answer those questions, but at the same time, be a leader. Like you've played in the NHL. How many of these guys haven't touched NHL ice, right? And I think like fine, he's 18, 19 years old, but I think that has an effect on has an effect on him. Like they talk about that with like Mario Lemieux when they, I don't remember what tournament he was playing at, but when he came back, realizing he is among the greats. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it has an effect, and I don't know exactly how Slafkovsky's been used in Montreal. I don't know better than you, but like I've seen the comments on Twitter. Do I think some of it's probably a bit of an over exaggeration? I think you would argue. I think you would agree.
I think we
Yes.
both know the tweets. We're both thinking of it now.
I think yes, they are.
Yeah.
Um, Again, you have to remember, like, not everyone's gonna be Connor Bedard or Connor McDavid when they enter the NHL,
Mm-hmm.
right? Remember, Jack Hughes was not Jack Hughes he is now when he entered the
Yep. No, he
NHL.
wasn't.
Like
He,
that's the thing. Like yeah, you're right. Maybe he should go play. I don't know if you like the whole conversation's been about should he go to Laval? I don't
well,
know.
see, here's the
Maybe.
thing. And yeah, I was the one who said I thought the World Juniors were beneath him.
Hmm.
I was clearly wrong about that. Um, well, because the thing was where they were on that massive road trip, right? So maybe you get through it. He was maybe losing his confidence a bit, and allow him. And obviously, there was a big thing of he was constantly getting like bulldozed on set in like open ice,
Yeah.
and that's a product of not being used to North American hockey yet. So let him do that in Laval. Now, I would think the Canadians' mindset would be getting him used to the the NHL speed and that while getting accustomed to it, like both the speed of it as well as at the same time American ice. The speed of the NHL while doing North American sized ice hockey. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Um, Again, if you want to do that, sure. He was getting power play time last night, but then there was one time where it was just the first unit out for the whole power play, which I'm okay with because it's a good unit. But that's still, I'm not seeing that he's getting treated the same as some guys did under like Dom Ducharme and Claude Julien and Michel Therrien. I don't agree with that. But it is starting to get to a point where maybe Laval isn't the worst thing. And I am wondering, Alex, if maybe remember earlier in the year there was, I think it was around the time of the end of preseason in camp, that
Hmm.
discussion of trying to keep a good relationship with the first overall pick, not sending him down. I'm just worried if the Canadians are afraid of upsetting him at points. You know what I mean? Like that is something I would like to think former player agent Kent Hughes would know how to deal with that, or maybe this is just what they believe is the best course of action. But listen, I don't think the barbarians are at the gates yet, but I do have questions about it.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if they're making a decision because they don't want to upset him, man, that's a tough one. Like
It is.
that we've seen that stuff happen here in Toronto, and that does not bode well a lot of the times, most of the time, frankly. Um, I think you have to do what's best for what you think his development's gonna be. Like if he goes to Laval, like you mentioned him being, sorry,
No worries.
you mentioned him being rocked multiple times over half a season. Like it's 4 or 5 by now, right? Something like that.
Mhm.
Now you send him down to Laval, he's going to be the number one target, 100%. Like you can't deny that he's going to be the number one target more than he is like he's not in the NHL, but he will be in Laval.
Especially on
Um,
Twitter by the Canucks AHL team. Never forget.
hey man, it was funny. I don't feel bad. Um, I think if you send him down though, he's going to play 20 plus minutes.
Oh yeah.
And okay, he may or may not be rocked, but I think if he's as skillful as everyone says he is, I think it's better for him down there to develop. At least right now.
I listen, do I believe that this is what everyone thinks is best for him at the moment and they're doing his best for the development? Yeah, but I always, me. Sometimes I overthink stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to sneeze, Alex. Excuse me. Oh
Oh,
God, wait. No,
it
wait.
went away. Oh,
Okay, we're good. It didn't happen. That was awkward. Sorry. If you were watching the video, I was flailing like a fish there. Um, Story to keep an eye on. We're going to talk about a lot in the back half of the season.
Mhm.
I'm saying this because I just completely lost my train of thought. Shout out, by the way, to the game against the Caps where Ovechkin had a hat trick, humiliated the Habs. Was it 9-2, 9-3? Then took a picture of all the Habs moms because it was a dog trip. Power move of the that might be my Gordon Bombay power move of the year at
Uh,
the end of the season.
Man, that was so. I didn't know that was real. I thought that was fake. That was so funny.
No,
That
it
was
was.
so funny when I saw that.
I just like to imagine that they went down after and they're like, "Hey, we just want a picture of Alex." I mean,
Yeah.
I want a picture of Alex Ovechkin.
Can we have a goal update? What's he at?
I will get it up for you
Uh,
right now, my friend.
come on, I thought you'd have it on the top of your head. I was
No, no, no,
just
no, no,
testing you. He's
no.
got to be close to 810, if not at 810.
He's at 809.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
809. He's
90. Jeez.
he might win the Rocket this year. He's
Yeah.
heating up.
Make that 10 Rocket Richards for Alex Ovechkin.
So if he hits, okay, so let's just say one more and he's at 810. If he gets 20 more to hit 50, he's at 830, which would, if he gets 50 again next year, he would be around 10 away the season after. So, if he keeps up the way he's playing and he goes into his 38 age season, hits 50, at 39, he could break the, he's a monster.
He is.
Um, Man, he's so good. He's so good. Okay, we can finish talking about the Leafs.
Oh, yay.
It's been kind of wild. So goaltending was starting to become a bit of a concern the last few games. Now Samsonov was good against Detroit last night. I am going to, however, put an asterisk next to that because that is a team that openly gave Ben Sherrod a massive contract. Yzerman, you're never going to be the same in my eyes. Maybe you were holding Tampa back from winning. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
But
That's
it's really
that's
funny
that's that's Skip Bayless level blasphemous.
at the no, not that bad.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
Mister.
yeah.
Oh,
No.
what are we gonna do about postponing this game?
Okay, listen,
Someone is literally dying
okay,
over
that's
football.
that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. Pre that tweet.
I'm gonna tell Shannon Sharp to put his glasses back on. Like, that was bad.
That was just
That was
dude.
brutal.
Did you
You can't
see
do that.
did you see the show after? So everything happened with all this stuff had happened with DeMar Hamlin. So Skip Bayless puts out that tweet.
Yep.
He does the show by himself
Because
on Monday.
Shannon didn't show up.
Yeah. Tuesday, Shannon Sharp joins the show. He couldn't even finish a monologue before Skip Bayless interrupted him.
Because it's just, man, it's not gonna end well with them. It's not gonna end well.
I
So
went.
here's
Oh,
funny.
sorry.
No, so just go finish.
No, I was gonna say I went down a rabbit hole of Skip Bayless, just unbelievable Skip Bayless things, and I came across this video of Mavericks owner Mark Cuban on First Take. This was when it was him and Stephen A. And he's just Mark Cuban and Skip Bayless are just in a debate. And it's the funniest thing because for 8 minutes, Stephen A. Smith doesn't say a word.
Which is always that. I think I have to see that now. Well, I think for some reason Skip just doesn't want to give Luka Doncic credit, even though the man puts up a 60-point triple double like it's nothing.
I mean, he also doesn't give LeBron credit. So
he doesn't. He doesn't. That's true. That's true. Anyway, the Leafs. Wow.
the Leafs. Yes. Sorry.
Basketball. So here's what's funny is because it's been so long, we've got some notes here.
Yeah.
After the Avs game, I put, "Are we ready to say Matt Murray is legit?" Then the next point I said, "Oh boy, this aged poorly." Are you worried? And then I put the Kraken game. Are we worried about the goaltending?
No. Okay, there's always going to be a part of me that's going to be worried about this goaltending duo.
Yeah.
That's fair. Like, that's just, I don't care what people on Twitter have to say. For 82 games, deep down, deep in my soul, there's always going to be a little bit that's worrying me about the goaltending here. But you brought up the Avalanche. Name me one other team who loses 6-3 to the Coyotes and then beats the Avalanche 6-2. Can someone explain this to me?
Uh,
Anyone?
no,
Anyone?
couldn't tell you, man.
Yeah. I love it. It's hilarious in no way. Like it's whatever. It was that I got upset by that. I'm like, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. But I don't know if you heard. Apparently, because I had the Leafs game on the side, but the volume was on. Volume was off, sorry, because there was like another game going on during the Kraken game. I don't know if you've heard of it, the World Junior Finals. I don't know. So I had that on the TV. I heard at the Kraken game that Matt Murray got Bronx cheered.
Did he?
So I didn't believe it. There was someone I knew was at the game. So I texted him and he's like, yeah, a little bit. And I want to proclaim this. You are clowns. Clowns.
I don't
Clowns.
like cheering your own. Well, here's what's funny. Remember when he did it to Vasilevsky, like in Toronto, and
Yes.
we came on that show and said, "Stop it."
Yeah. I'm
You're
not trying to hurt. I'm not trying to hurt you. But remember when Montreal Bronx cheered Carey Price? Like, you do not Bronx cheer your own goalie.
Man, I
That's
was
dumb.
at the game where I was the game against the Kings. This was the 17-18 year where I think he got Bronx cheered at that. Him and Jeff Petrie did. Petrie threw a hit in the third and they gave him one. And I think Price did too. No, it happens all the time in Montreal.
You people are clowns. So then there was the whole thing of like, they were talking about this. I'm like, you guys are clowns. Like, enough. Like, who cares? Like, why are you doing this? You haven't had you don't have the authority to Bronx cheer Matt Murray. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's so this city is and I'm gonna say this. This city is absolutely ridiculous. The media does not help because they just feed the machine that is this nightmare of a city and just makes it worse. Did you see what Luke? I don't know if you happened to see this, but it came across my timeline. Do you know what Luke Fox called Ilya Samsonov in his column?
No, but I know Luke Fox has been the target of many Leafs fans lately.
So he had his column, and apparently locals were calling Ilya Samsonov the Russian Jack Campbell. Who? Where?
What does he mean by that? That confuses me. Like Leafs Jack Campbell, Oilers Jack.
I think he meant Leafs Jack
Campbell.
I think he meant Leafs Jack Campbell in terms of like being easily being down on himself.
Oh, that's me.
First off, let's start with no one called him Russian Jack Campbell. No one.
No, I've never seen that.
0 people called him that.
I hate that guy too. I get the thing of like, is that Luke Fox's own thoughts? Because people love Samsonov. From what I see from Leafs Twitter, they love Samsonov's positive attitude.
Yeah, but in the article, he said he literally wrote that locals dubbed him the Russian Jack Campbell, but no one has dubbed him that. 0 people.
Like, is Luke Fox the local?
He's the local who dubbed him that. No one else has. Are you kidding me?
That's very mean because the things being said about Jack Campbell, like that's just sort of that feels like a dig. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably a little bit. It's just I understand goaltending's. I think even if we had the best goaltenders, I think goaltending would always be a concern in this city because I think we just have problems. I think we as a city have problems, but I don't think we need to break down and just figure out if we are worried about goaltending. I just don't think it's worth our time because I think there's other things to worry about. That's my
what are those exactly?
I'd like to get a top 6 winger.
Okay, so here's what's interesting. Last Saturday on Hockey Night, Friedman Merrick, that thing. The Leafs are. I hit my glasses. Leafs are wondering if they could make 2 big moves instead of just the initial move on D. Okay, and let me ask you this: if it's a scoring winger, that means you obviously don't want Ryan O'Reilly, or you probably want him, but it's probably not the primary need. Everyone wants Ryan O'Reilly. Okay, then who is the scoring winger? And if you say Vladimir Tarasenko, I'm leaving. Love that.
Um, Listen, if they got Ryan O'Reilly, I wouldn't be opposed to Ryan O'Reilly. Like that would be nasty because then you now have a choice. You move David Kemp down to the fourth line and have Ryan O'Reilly as your third line center, which is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You,
Ridiculous.
you you officially put Camp on the fourth line instead of this.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
yes. So he's officially on the fourth line. Or you have a second line of Tavares, Ryan O'Reilly, and Mitch Marner.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's
so
not
who
bad.
who is the winger you're thinking of though? Who do you want?
Um,
It's taking everything to not say two players on the Habs. By the way, I want you to know that.
I know, and I won't accept it. Um, I know it's been like this for a couple of years. He's been around, but hasn't worked. Like people have said Travis Konechny. I wouldn't mind. Like, I just don't know if he's available. I don't know who's available. Um, man, like the thing is, you have to like. I know Dubas's whole thing has been, this is his plan. This is his plan. Like this is his plan. But I think you go all in. Like I don't know what Vladimir Tarasenko is going to be like when he comes back. That'd be
What is it?
nasty.
Is it the broken foot?
Let me double
If
check.
it was
But
his shoulder again, I would be a little concerned. I wonder if we make too big of a deal of if this guy would like. It feels like like Chikrin's come back, he's been great. We all thought Tarasenko's career was done. Came back and he's been great. Like we gotta relax with that thing. I
um,
think who? What about Patrick Kane? Even though you know what, I'm going to tell you this right now, Alex. If Kyle Dubas goes out and gets Patrick Kane, I don't want to hear anyone ever tell me about the morality of the Toronto Maple Leafs ever again. I don't want to hear it ever again. If they get Patrick Kane, I will come on this show and I
what
do not care if
morality?
I am a bitter Habs fan about like, Kyle Dubas doing his Sick Kids commercial. If they get Patrick Kane, I will rip them a new one. I will.
So when the New York Rangers get Patrick Kane, we're gonna bring Mike on, and you're gonna rip them in front of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And again,
Okay.
I'm acknowledging with the Habs hat. I do not
Okay.
want Logan Mayu to be a hat.
Okay.
I'm
We
just
could go through
saying.
the list of what Montreal's had too.
Oh yeah, like
Okay.
Kovalev and hiring
Okay.
Sean Burke, and Mark Bergevin was also there. Oh, I get it, man. I'm not saying the Habs are faultless here. I know they're not, but I don't want to hear a single damn thing about all this crap if they go out and get Patrick Kane. I refuse. I will not. I will not sit here and be quiet about it. Will not do it. Will not do it, Alex. That's why I couldn't watch a lot of the World Juniors. I just wasn't. I watched it because I wanted to see Connor Bedard play and Joshua
Yeah.
Wong. But it was like, I don't love the World Juniors right now. And I know Mike might listen to this and he'll grill me in the group chat, but I just, anyway,
We didn't watch a lot of it for I think very different reasons. I just didn't care.
yeah.
I just don't care. Timo Meyer's the other one.
I saw
The
that going
issue-
around. That'd be nasty.
That'd be nasty. The issue with Timo Meyer is he's an RFA at the end of the year, and his qualifying offer is like $9 million.
That's
So then
goodbye, Nylander.
it's okay. I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna gloss over that. I'm not gonna hear it. That's another thing. Screw
all of
every
next year.
Screw every single person. And there's a couple people who have done it constantly who ragged on William Nylander for the last 4 to 7 years, and now is saying, "Oh, I don't know how the Leafs are going to afford them." Can people make a decision? Are the Leafs trash or do they have good players? Pick a
Yeah.
side and let's go with it. I'm over it. I'm over it.
If Matthews and Nylander aren't signed by training camp, it is going to be an awful year.
We're not talking. I'm not having negotiations.
Alex, I agree with you,
Ever.
but
We're never
I'm
doing
putting it
it.
out there. This is our statement. It's going to be hell to watch hockey next year if that's the case.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to turn off every intermission. I'm not going to listen to the Jeff Merrick show. I'm
Every
not going to
32
listen to
thoughts segment,
32
every single
Thoughts.
one.
I'm not going to listen to um I don't know. I'm going to become uh
STP is going to be awful.
I what am I going to listen to? What other sport can I watch? Just name me a sport. Anything.
Basketball.
I'll watch I'll stop listening to hockey.
I'd say Formula
I
One, but it's
can't
always
do it.
on a
It's
different
always on.
time, so it's fine.
I can't do it next year. Do you know how much pain and suffering it was to do the Mitch Martin? Like the entire summer. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I'm trying to
Okay.
think like who's a crappy winger. If I honestly, I was wondering if they didn't extend Lawson Krause, if maybe he'd be a guy to
No,
leave.
I don't want a crappy winger. I need them to
Whoa, whoa,
go
whoa,
all
whoa,
out.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
You
Hold
said
up,
crappy winger. You said crappy. Did you say scrappy or crappy?
Scrappy.
I don't want a scrappy winger. Screw it. We've done this before. They did Nick Foligno. It didn't
Scored
work.
20 last year.
That's
He's
super
on pace
cool.
to score that this year.
Okay, but look at the caliber of wingers we are talking about. Timo Meyer
Okay,
and
okay, yeah,
Vladimir
sure.
Tarasenko. If
Yeah.
they're gonna go all in, they go all in. Not okay. Let's pick like three guys who are like who are good but like not great. No, 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 no. If they do not win a round this year, everybody is gone in that front office. I hope they know that. Like they have to know that. Dubas is gone. Keefe is probably gone. Shanahan's probably gone. Larry Tannenbaum's clearing house. He said he's going to be, I've had enough. Screw the Shannon plan. Bring back Brian Burke. Let's get nuts. Like everyone's gone. You have to go all in this year. Screw it. Get a defenseman too.
I'm
Who
just trying to
cares?
look at scoring wingers who could be available, and I think you've actually mentioned all the big ones, like the top tier guys. Except Mike Hoffman. Nah, come on, I want the whole segment, Alex. I want the whole segment. Okay. Do you want to finish the show then by doing our all-star votes?
Oh yes, let's do it. I completely forgot about that.
So did I until a few minutes ago. Okay. Do you see it?
It's loaded. Here we go.
Okay, Alex, how would you what's our thinking here? Because here's
Okay,
what's gonna happen
let's
is
be clear. There's no, I'm not going to pick Zach Bogosian. You're not going to pick Arbor Jack guy.
okay, I was gonna ask this because I wanted to do that. How
No,
about
no,
we
it
get
gotta be
one parity pick for division? Because I have one for the Pacific.
fine, fine.
Okay. Okay, so how do I change
What?
the this is I don't like how this is. This is
Okay, what
formatted.
division are we starting with?
Okay, let's start in the Pacific because some of you may have seen this on Twitter. Despite the fact that this player has been named to the OHL, oh no, Shane
No,
Wright's gone. No, I was gonna say we gotta throw him.
I don't think it. I don't think it works that way. I think that search bar is broken
Oh my
because
God.
yeah, you got to go by team. Is he still
Hale
there?
Fleury, Carson Soucy, Bjorkstrand, Schwartz, Dunn, Eberly. Oh, he is gone. They fixed
Uh,
it.
damn it.
Oh, you bastards. Oh, okay. That's a real shame. Let's see. Okay, well, hold on. Let's just entertain me here. Okay, why don't I look at this, Alex?
Okay,
Just we'll go to the Metro. Give me
okay.
a guy you want to put in. I'm just gonna I want to check something while you're talking here. Stall, please.
Wait, what division am I doing?
The Metro. Ignore the fact that I'm looking at the Atlantic right now, please.
Hmm. So, I mean,
Okay.
I'll start with my goalie, Ilya Sorokin.
Okay.
That's an easy one. I don't think there's any. I don't think there's really debating that.
So, I mean, I'm looking at the guys there. I mean, like the funny pick would probably be like, oh God, who's the funny one? Probably Lindgren because of that mustache. But no, I'm agreeing with you. I think it'd be ridiculous to not have Ilya Sorokin in. You're getting one of my
You
ballots here, Alex. You should be happy.
you
It's
broke
not.
the
It's
game.
loading. What? Why did they
No, you
make
got to
it
close it. You
twice?
got yeah. I
This
hate
is
this
such a
website.
joke. Okay, skaters. There's a lot of
Um.
talented guys here. I'm not
So
gonna.
here's the thing
Yeah.
is they don't have any defensemen, so I feel inclined to pick two defensemen for them.
Okay. So, by the way, another player we didn't mention who's not named, Sebastian Aho.
Yes, yes.
So if we're talking about defenseman, Alex, I think you kind of have to put in Adam Fox.
Yes, yes, he's right.
Okay, I'm
He's
happy
second.
that we're agreeing with that
Yeah.
because I think it's a crime to not Adam Fox in. Okay, who is the other guy? So let if we be lazy and we okay, so it is sorted by points. Right now, it'd be Panarin, Zibanejad, Barzell, Konechny, Brat. I think okay. How about this? Because Jesper Bratt, the Brat Pack, of course, has been a big story in New Jersey.
Yep.
Or if you want to do a D, there is Dougie. I'm just trying to think. Or we can do the fun thing and the better thing. A fun answer would be Eric Gustafson. He could be the funny one. You've gone quiet on me, Alex. Why?
Because you're not wrong. That would be the funny one. I kind of want to go with Dougie Hamilton
Yeah.
because I said he was going to have a good season, and he is having a good season.
You know what? I will agree with you, and I know it's going to make Mike upset.
I
So,
don't feel bad.
okay. So for the Metro, we're going to go Adam Fox, Dougie Hamilton, and Ilya Sorokin.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to save the Atlantic
Okay.
because I know we're going to get into an argument.
Okay.
I hate how slow this is. Okay. And here's the problem the goalies in this division.
Sorry.
Okay. So it is tough, Alex. I'll give you this. Okay. So who do we go with? You had Martin Jones.
Yes.
If we go by why can I okay, so
No,
for those of you who don't know, like if you sort this for the skaters, you can go points, goals, and assists. If you're trying to sort it by the goalies, it's still by points, goals, and assists.
So it's trash.
We can't even do that. Where's Jack Camp? There he is. Okay.
We're not picking Jack Campbell.
Man, I don't even know who's having a good year with these guys.
Martin Jones.
Yeah, but it's okay. How good has Martin Jones been?
Dude, he has the best. He's got to have the best record among those guys.
I mean, I'm looking at some of these players. It's not hard. I mean,
Yeah.
normal man. The Pacific goaltenders kind of. Wait a minute, yeah, because Logan Thompson's there,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the division just kind of sucks for goaltenders.
Martin Jones is 18-5-3.
Yeah, well,
I get he has an 891. That's fine. I understand. Jonathan Quick is
Hold on a minute. His save percentage is at 891.
yeah.
I think my heart skipped a beat there. What's Phoenix Copley?
Is he on the list?
Yeah, he's there.
Where?
Between Demko and Spencer Martin.
Oh, he's right there.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't played nearly as many games. Man, a sub 900. I didn't. How?
Phoenix Copley has a 904.
Oh my God, the division sucks. Listen, I'm going for G. I don't even know what G. Can you look at James Reimer's stats, please? I just how the hell does Martin Jones have a sub 900? That's brutal. How does that happen?
James Reimer has an 895. He's 7-12-3. We're not picking James Reimer. No.
Okay,
no.
wait, hold on.
No.
My last attempt. What is Stuart Skinner?
Oh my God.
Even though he had a rough game the other day, it's him or Dan. Oh my God, this is brutal. This is bad, man.
Stuart Skinner has a 915. He's 12-10-2, but he is. I'm fine. Put Stuart Skinner in. He doesn't deserve it, but fine.
Martin Jones is sub 900.
Screw. No, man. But Stuart Skinner's not been fine. Whatever. He had a good start. I don't care.
Okay, so
Leon Draisaitl.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, JT Miller.
No.
Bill Deneau. Who's the very bottom of the list? Who's James Hamblin?
I don't know, man.
How is he being outscored by the goalies?
Okay. I got no clue.
So if we look at this, who do you think it would be really? I think we got to go Trevor Zegras just for the.
Oh yes. Put Trevor Zegras in.
No, we're openly missing Bo Horvat in that, but I mean,
don't feel bad.
Trevor. We got to put Trevor. Man, do you know what? I am having a problem putting Stuart Skinner there. I'm having a real problem with
No.
It's making me really upset.
He's already there.
Man, this format blows. Okay, so that's the Pacific. Okay, now we can go to the Central. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. Okay, so because we have Redden, McKinnon, we got to remember is here, but he's down low because he's been hurt.
Wasn't he at the top? I thought you just saw him at the top. He's right there.
Where? Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, why did I think he
Okay,
just started playing? Okay,
let's make this easy. Nathan McKinnon.
okay, yeah, fair.
You know, is there like someone else you?
Okay, I think. I hate how slow this is. Okay, yeah, Nathan McKinnon. Why can I not just drag the players over? Okay, so
That's
we
too
need a
complicated.
skater and a goalie. I want to do the goalie first out
Oh, easy.
because I don't think it's that easy, to be honest with you.
What?
Because
It's
we have to
Connor
go.
Hellebuck.
Yeah, but okay, hold on. Okay, wait a minute. Am I dumb or is
UC Saros bait it.
wait, hold on a minute. What about um Ottinger? He was the one I was thinking of. I think it's pretty easily between Ottinger and Hellebuck.
Okay, last 2 episodes ago, we literally gave Connor Hellebuck the best stuff.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough.
We both gave him
Again,
the best.
again,
How could we
man,
not
if I could take out the Pacific goalie and put in Ottinger, I would.
As would I.
Okay, so then if we go to the Pacific, so we're at the Central still. Okay, so who
Yeah.
do you want to put for the last skater?
Um,
Arturi Lehkonen.
I
Alex, who
don't
like
know. I don't
the cup
know. This
winning
is a
goal?
tough one.
I like Miro Heiskanen.
Oh yeah, that's a great pick.
It's
Pick Miro Heiskanen.
him or Rantanen. You're fine with either?
Um,
I pushed for not Martin Jones, so I'll give you the last pick for the Central.
let's go Rantanen. Let's get nuts.
Okay, good. Get all the abs there. Remember when Nashville held it and had like 4 All-Stars and they just shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Okay, the
Okay.
Atlantic.
Okay. Let's just start with the goalie because this is an easy one.
Yeah, hold on. Goalies.
Huh. I wonder who it's gonna
Why
be.
is Carey Price not here? He's under contract, damn it. I agree. It should be Cam Talbot.
Don't you dare. Don't even click. Don't even click.
Yeah, it's Vassal.
Yeah. Exactly.
Andre
Exactly.
Vassal. It's Andre Vassal.
The best goalie in the NHL. I don't care what anyone says.
The hair is not great. Okay. All right, here's the problem. Let's go to the skaters. Okay, this is actually so difficult for me. Because here's the thing. I want Cole Caulfield at this game. But then the problem is we're going to have two incredible players off this list.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of Bergeron, Marchand, Pasternak, Matthews, Nylander, Dahlin. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think Dahlin's a shoe-in.
Okay, I'm happy we agree with that, actually. I was going to say Dahlin as well. Okay, very good. And then here it is, Alex. Between David Pasternak, Austin Matthews, Cole Caulfield, William Nylander. Man, I didn't know Skinner was having such a good year. This is tough. Even Barkov not being there is really lame. Who do you think? It's tough. It's tough. He's thinking. It's deep.
This is a tough one. Like I've ruled out 3 guys already.
Who are those 3 guys?
So I've this would be controversial, but I don't care. I've ruled out Matthews, Caulfield, and Bergeron. To me, it's between Pasternak and Nylander.
You're really throwing Matthews out?
Yeah. I don't think he's
Really?
I think Nylander's yes. Nylander's yes.
Here's I was thinking Pasternak because not only is he disgusting,
Yeah.
his personality is so fun. And I think he'd be really, really good. Again, if I could do this a certain way, Larkin and Kachuk are gone, in my opinion. I would kick them to the curb. Brady. I forgot they're both.
Yeah, but you got to have both Kachucks there. Then it's not
I
fun.
know. Okay, so between Nylander and Pasternak.
That's it. That's for me. I'm just
Yeah, it's hard for me to not put Caulfield, even though I think Caulfield should be there. I really do think he should be there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets voted in, because I mean, like a Hab and a Leaf getting voted in is probably going to happen. Otherwise, I'm going to be very disappointed in this fan base.
that's good. Yeah, it's going to be super surprising.
I'm cool with either of them.
I'm leaning more towards Pasternak, and my reasoning is you look at what that team didn't have to start the year and how good they still were. You can't deny he was a huge, huge part of that.
Okay, I'm cool, Pasternak. Okay, so if we continue, no, we did that.
That's
Oh,
everyone, right? We're
this
good.
league. So yeah, I'm trying to see if it gives us a screen where it shows everyone we had. No,
One
no.
more, one
Why is
more.
it? Okay,
There we
thank
go.
God. Don't sell me merch. Okay, so we have Adam Fox, Dougie Hamilton, Ilya Sorokin, Vasilevsky, Pasternak, Dahlin, McKinnon, Rantanen, Hellebuck, Zegras, Draisaitl, Stuart Skinner. There they
Huge
are,
range.
Alex.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
am going
that's
to screenshot it, and we can put this on social media and see what people say. And I'm going to submit the vote. There you go, Alex. I have 9
perfect.
ballots remaining. Oh, I didn't say my. I'm gonna go do that in a second. um, gonna do that in a second. Okay, Alex, that's it.
That's it.
There's a siren. How are you today?
I'm good.
Oh no, I resubmitted my ballot. No, oh fuck, I
There
gave
we
2
go.
votes. No.
Now you
Okay.
gave Stuart Skinner 2 more votes.
Oh
Thank you.
goodness gracious.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Can I just autofill this and just do all my other ones to hat to Jack Eye and Caulfield, please?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's
Do it.
everything, Alex.
All right.
How do you feel?
I'm very upset that Stuart Skinner, we voted for him, but that's okay.
Well,
I'll,
Alex,
I'll, I'll get
things
over it.
happen. Man, we
I'll get
can't put
over
a
it.
goalie sub 900 though. Come on.
I'll get over it.
You should. You know what? Forget about I'm going to put Pat in. We got to put Pat. We got to put Pat.
Pat Maroon?
No, Bergeron.
Oh, I'm like,
Bergeron,
wow.
Caulfield, and for my own personal ballot, and then we'll put God, who would be a funny goalie? I got to go Can't tell it. Can't tell. What? I'm really curious, Alex, just to finish off. No, we're going long. Fine, who cares?
No. What do what do you want to know?
Who's going to be the dumb vote? Because it's going to happen.
Is it like I don't know? There's no obvious candidates this time around. No one's started the campaign except me. I've started my campaign. It's not going well, but
And that's Zach Bogosian.
yeah. But
So,
is there an obvious candidate? Like, am I missing someone?
I wouldn't say so. I think people are doing different. Everyone has their own little fun dude they're doing. I don't think anyone quite has,
There's no John Scott this time around.
Yeah, there's no John Scott. I'm sure someone will. A campaign will start. I just don't know who it's gonna be though. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, but that's everything.
Right.
Yeah, you can finish the show, Alex.
Okay, fine. I'll finish the show. Thanks for listening to another episode. Make sure to check us out on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. Make sure to subscribe and give us a review on Apple and on Spotify. And we'll be back on Wednesday.